Hey, what's going on? It's Tom here, and this is Module 4, the first video of Module 4 of the Triple B coaching. So last module, Module 3, Darren talked about all the technical stuff with setting up your blog, what it looks like, how to do it, the plugins to use, the theme, all that stuff. In this module, I'm going to focus on both your content and your syndication strategy. Now, as you recall, a big part of this whole method is the concept of curation, and that's taking existing content that's out there that's both relevant and interesting to your target market and curating it onto this blog so you don't have to do any of the heavy lifting yourself. All you have to do is basically compile this information and present it in a way that would appeal to your target market. And it's very easy. It's totally easier said, well, it's not even easier said than done, because doing it is easy as saying it. So in this video, the first video of Module 4, I'm going to show you what a curated blog post looks like and how to go about doing it. So the first thing that I'm going to do, this is racquetballnation.com. It's the case study site that I'm going to be using for this module here, and actually for this whole strategy. But if I jump down to the blog link, as you can see, this blog part is under construction. I have a few posts here that I'm working on right now. I have the opt-in form that I'm going to be putting in the top right corner, and then there's actually going to be a link to connect with a Facebook box on the right-hand side in the sidebar as well. But you can see below that there are already a number of posts that I have already curated. So let me go into one for just a second, and I'm going to show you what this looks like. So the first step to curating content onto your blog is to go out and find content that is both relevant and that is interesting to the market that you're currently in. For example, I'm in the racquetball market. So in my particular market, the things that appeal to them, to the players and to racquetball enthusiasts, are things like mechanics. You know, how to hit a forehand, as this post demonstrates, how to hit a backhand, how to serve, the drive serves, the shot selection, court strategy, that kind of stuff. So that's what appeals to my market, and that's what I chose to focus on in my blog. If you know, it really depends on what your market is, that will dictate what kind of content you focus on. And great ways to find content to focus on is through, in the first module here, Module 1.2, the Market Discovery video, we list several resources that you can use to find you know, where the conversations are taking place in your market, and the questions that people are asking, the kinds of content that they're interested in, what they're talking about, basically. So use these resources that we've already given you to find the problems in, you know, in the general areas of interest that your market has. However, since you're already interested in your market anyway, you're picking a passion niche, as it were, you should already have a pretty good handle on what your market is interested in. So anyway, what I do is, because my market is, you know, it's more demonstrative, I don't know if that's the right word for it, but, you know, with racquetball, it's easier to show how to hit a drive serve. It's easier to show the forehand mechanics, or, you know, for your forehand or backhand, than it is to describe it. So because the things that my market are interested in are better expressed via video, the first thing that I did is I went to YouTube. And what I did is, this is very easy, I emailed myself a list of all of the relevant videos that I could find. You know, I just took like 5 minutes, you know, just literally copying and pasting links to different videos on YouTube that I think my market would be interested in. So you can see here, lob serve to the forehand, pinch and splat shot, lob serve to forehand Z, how to drive, forehand shots, you know. So I literally compiled the list of all the YouTube videos that I could find in like a 5 or 10 minute period, and I just emailed the list to myself. Notice here, one of the top ones is how to hit a racquetball forehand, and so that's actually where I started. And here's the video. So let me jump over to YouTube real quick, and I'm not going to play the video for you, but I am going to show you what it looks like. Okay, so just pause that there. And so on this video, and now, you know, check this out. So not only do I get the actual video here, but I get all the related links, so I can literally just go down the list, and that's exactly what I did. I just copied the links to every single one of these videos, and that's what became the list that I emailed to myself. But I mean, these videos are getting some pretty solid traction. So, you know, this already has 11,000 views. There's some that have a lot less, a lot more. A lot of, hundreds of people are subscribed to this channel, so, clearly, I mean, this is gaining some traction, but all you have to do for curating these blog posts, so this is a YouTube video, and this is one that I would actually be interested in curating, and that's why I did onto Racquetball Nation. So this is how you curate a blog post. All right, it's very easy. The title of this, I named it How to Hit a Racquetball Forehand. I named it after the video itself. And then I scroll down, and this is actually, this image here is that What Would Seth Godin Do plugin that Darren talked about in the last module, in Module 3. But at the very top of the blog post, all I did is I embedded that YouTube video. So you can see here, it's How to Hit a Racquetball Forehand. It's the same one that I've linked to here. How to Hit a Racquetball Forehand. And what I did is I watched the video. And now this video is only 4 minutes and 51 seconds, so it's under 5 minutes. So I watched the video, and underneath the video, now this is actually a long version of this. I have some curated posts on this blog that are under like 150, 200 words. This is probably 300 to 350, which really is probably longer than you need, but I really get into this and I had a lot to say. So what you do is you watch the video, or or if it's a blog post or whatever, wherever you get the content from, you read or watch the content. So in this case it's a video, so I watched the video and I basically had a synopsis of it. I just wrote a little summary of it. I say this is an awesome video put out by Racquetball Warehouse featuring Ben Croft. It's about the forehand, it's an essential component to your game, yada yada yada. He states in the video, he's not a big guy, but he can hit it hard. If you ever seen him play, you know how hard he hits it. And this actually, I was on, it was junior team Illinois with Ben Croft when he was 16, before he was a pro, which was pretty cool actually. He actually knows who I am. But so here, so I lay out, in general terms, just like a very quick synopsis of what the video is about. But then I respond to it here. And so you can see here, but the real gold starts at the 2 minute and 57 second mark. Here you get to see a profile shot of the entire swing in HD slow-mo. These are the critical factors behind the power Ben can generate. And then I actually, so in the video, like later on in this video, what Ben does is there's actually a slow-mo. Actually, let me show you if I can just find a clip of it. So like I'm not going to play it, but so there's like a profile shot of Ben. His name is Ben Croft. He's a pro. He's like number 3 on the pro tour. But so it's like him hitting a racquetball in slow motion, and it's like HD quality and everything. It's totally awesome. And it's literally like it's in slow motion. So it's a phenomenal thing, and you can see his whole stroke mechanics for his racquetball forehand shot. And then so that's what I do. I just break it down. I say the elbow comes through the swing before the racket. The wrist snaps when he makes contact with the ball. He takes a small step into the ball, and yada yada yada. So basically all I have to do for these videos, I don't create the video. All right, all I do is I find a video that I think my market would enjoy, that they would benefit from and get value out of, and I post it on my blog. I embed it into my blog post. And then I respond to it. I say A, what the video is about, and B, what you can learn in the video. And what I like to do is I like to respond to it and say, what I think the highlight of the video entails. So in this case, I talk about the slow-mo of Ben actually hitting his forehand shot. So that's really all you have to do. That's a curated blog post. This is what it looks like. And then obviously the most important thing is down at the bottom here, at the very bottom of my blog post, I say source, Racquetball Warehouse, and where it is, so YouTube. And if you were to click this link, it would take you to this actual Racquetball Warehouse channel, which is right here. So all I do is I find the blog, or I find the video on YouTube that I think my market would be interested in. I actually source that video down at the bottom of the blog post here. I embed the video in the blog post at the very top, and then I respond to it right beneath it. And that is what a curated blog post looks like. And then probably the last thing that I'll mention on this is you'll notice that on the last page I had a featured image of right here. So in this theme that I'm currently using is Canvas, which Darren showed you how to set up in the last module. For my featured image, what I like to do here, because actually there's several uses that you can use this image for. But so the name of the post is the name of the racquetball, or the name of the video, obviously, how to hit a racquetball forehand. And for this featured image, what I like to do is I like to watch the video and pause the video on the frame that I feel captures the meaning of the video the best. And so in this case, this is all about how to hit a racquetball forehand. So I chose to pause the video on the still shot of Ben when he's like winding up and he's about to smack the living hell out of the ball. And this picture right here encapsulates the meaning of the video, I feel, the best. And so what I did is I paused the video on that particular still and I just took a screenshot of it. And for the screenshots, what I like to use is a program that's called Snagit. It is Snagit by TechSmith. They are actually the guys that do Camtasia and Jing, the screen capture software actually that I'm using right now. Snagit is basically just a screenshot tool, and then it's like an image editing tool. It's phenomenal. It's like $50, I want to say, for an unlimited license for it. So I find these racquetball I find these videos on YouTube, and I just emailed myself a list of them, so this is easily enough, content to curate for, like a few weeks at least. If I do one a day, it's at least a few weeks to a month. So tons of racquetball videos, and this is just with 5 or 10 minutes of copying links into an email that I emailed to myself. So then again, you post that video at the very top of your blog post. Name the actual blog post. The title should be what the video is about. It doesn't literally have to be the title of the video itself. For example, above here I have like racquetball forehand shot selection. I don't believe that was the name of the video itself. And also right here, racquetball court positioning, returning shots. I don't believe that was the exact name of the video. Actually, I'll click on here and you can see. And you can also see another example of the curation that I did. So this video, in this case, the title was just court position. So instead of just court position, I expanded it out into racquetball court positioning, returning shots. And you can see below, again, so I have the source at the bottom here. And then, so right here, this is all the curated content. So it's like 200 words, just a few bullet points on what I feel is the important part of the video. And then just generally what the video is about. And that's it. That is all. And I obviously embed the video at the top of the website here. And then the still of this video here, it's racquetball court positioning. And you can see that the screenshot that I chose to capture was this right here. I felt that this particular still or thumbnail off of the video encapsulated the meaning of the video the best. So that's what I chose to use as the featured image. So that's basically content curation in a nutshell. And as you can see, I didn't create any of this content. All I'm doing is I'm finding quality content out there that's already created that I think my market would benefit from, and I am quote-unquote curating it onto my blog and organizing it in a fashion that people that are interested in this would find interesting. So anyway, that's curation. Stick around for the next video.